This, they needed it.
Oh, my God, did they need it?
They needed it in the worst way. And look,
didn't start out that way.
No. It's Buffalo, but then, Keefe, it's New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland, Atlanta. Like, you want to let your mind start to wander a little bit after that Buffalo game. A win like this allows you to do that, and a loss wouldn't allow you to do
They
that.
have, not to do the whole schedule game right now, they have 3 good teams left. And 2 of them are Buffalo. So 2 good teams. They have 3 tough games left. Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Because my guy Baker, I know they lost
Tampa,
yesterday.
Buffalo. You're not counting our Super Bowl champion Baltimore on there anymore because they're now 1-3.
Oh, my bad. 4.
Okay.
So 4 tough games. Yeah, no. They are 1-3. Their defense isn't great. No.
I thought you would knock the
bad.
Ravens out.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, that's just my eyesight looking at the schedule. I missed the little Raven logo.
Cincinnati looked like one of those games.
Right,
and now without Burrow,
they
out.
were one of the ones, and now they're not. So I knew there was one less. But anyway, yeah. So it's Buffalo. So it's Josh Allen twice. It's Lamar and it's Baker. You have a stretch where you can pile up a lot of wins, and this was obviously one of them. This might end up being one of the worst teams that you face, but there's a pile of them. There's a lot of teams kind of similar to Carolina. So what was that going to look like? Are you showing any kind of improvement as it goes on? And I'll tell you, the first 5 minutes of the game, you're thinking, maybe not.
It was so bad.
Like, oh, wow.
The start was so unbelievably bad. I don't know what Vrabel does Monday through Saturday. Like, I really have no clue what he's doing.
Hard to say.
Getting the team ready. And or
it was
the lack of getting the team ready.
But then they were a house of fire. But yeah, it was the combination. And once again, we said this about the first 2 home games that they had. It was not just a slow start defensively, but offensively as well. So they give up a 7-play, 76-yard drive, and you're like, what?
And it was
the Carolina.
I can't believe it took 7 plays. That was so easy. I can't even believe it took that long. I felt like 2 plays. They just marched right down the field.
No, it was a 12-yard run, a 9-yard run, penalty in there, 9-yard pass, 3-yard run, 16-yard pass, 16-yard pass, 7-yard touchdown pass. You're like, geez. So you guys want to mix in like a stop in here?
So unbelievably easy. Then the Pats go 3 and out. Drake is lucky he didn't throw a pick. Really, probably his only bad throw of the day. Was his first throw of the day.
Although I'll tell you what, missed extra point is always a sign of like you're kind of
coming back to you.
Yeah. And so you do that. So Carolina has this great momentum. They go all the way down the field, and it looked like they had no resistance at all. You missed the point. There's just something about it. We're like, oh, it's 6-0. You had that awesome drive, and it's 6-0, not 7-0. And then the Patriots give the ball right back to them. Yeah, thank you. And then the Patriots give the ball back to them. And you're like, is this going to be like a grind-it game? No, it's not. And you can thank Marcus Jones for that, because he is the best punt returner in football.
Well, we gave him 2 Pro Bowlers before the year, right?
He was one of them.
He was one of them, because they're going to warm out a couple of special teams Pro Bowlers. But you're right. I mean, they were marching down the field again. 8 yards, 4 yards, another penalty on the Patriots, 15 yards, incompletion, 2-yard run on 3rd down, which I don't know what they were doing on 3rd down.
Carolina's first 2 possessions, they racked up over 100 yards.
Yeah.
You know, and then Marcus Jones is like, I'll take it from here.
They decided not to kick a field goal. They decided not to even try on 3rd down. Then they decided not to kick a field goal. Schlereth, who I thought was mostly good on the broadcast yesterday, he's good with afternoons, was like, hey, it's a good job, good decision to punt. They punt to Marcus Jones, and he turns the game around. Like, single-handedly turns the game around.
And this was we all saw it. It was an incredible return. You know, when they gave up the punt return a couple weeks ago, it was one of those where it was such a blast that the guy catches it and there's no one around him. And you're like, okay.
You just got lots of
real
real
estate.
dance,
it's tough, and then he makes a couple guys miss. This was wild because it looked like he was bottled up. And you're like, okay, whatever. Like, he's taking a chance, kind of risky. You're like, oh, he's still going. And then it was one of those ones where like there was like 8 guys in the end zone with him. Like, everybody was free. There was guys past him. I'm like, where is everybody?
I know eventually
Where's Carolina?
He got tackled by the punter on the one later in the first half.
Another one, yeah.
But the second you saw the blocking convoy and just the punter, you're like, oh, he's gone.
This guy.
He is out.
This guy. See you later.
So an unbelievable.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Unbelievable punt return yesterday, which really did turn the game around. I don't think that's oversimplifying anything yesterday.
Not at all.
I'm sure you've seen this stat. With 167 return yards on 3 punt returns, he set the single-game franchise record, passing Mike Haynes back in 1976. That's a record that stood for a long period of time. And he had 3 of them yesterday. It was a 19-yarder as well. He could have had a second one that he took back to the house. Excellent game for him. I like this answer from Marcus Jones after the game. This is a good way to describe Marcus Jones, the punt returner.
Marcus, congrats on your big day today.
Appreciate it.
On the broadcast, they were surprised you didn't fair catch the punt that you took back.
Yeah.
It was pretty deep. Do you have, given your skills, do you have special rules with the coaches that you're allowed to return more, or did you think about fair catching there? Or, what went through your mind, I guess?
I'm pretty ruthless back there. So mainly what I kind of worry about is the gunners. If the gunners are blocked, then I'm like, all right, I can kind of return it. So I had a little bit of space, and I was just like, man, I know those guys trust me a lot and everything, and I trust them, to make the right block. So we kind of went from there.
Ruthless.
I'm a little ruthless back there.
Good word.
I love it. It's like, well, if the Gunners are blocked, nobody else was, and you still grabbed it. There was like 3 guys around you, and then he made a play. But no, we knew, like, watching him his whole career, he's a real weapon. And I know the jokes last year were about, hey, Alex Appel, he plays offense, right? But even aside from that, like, just anytime he gets the ball kicked to him, he's a guy that can tilt the field. Like, he's getting to the point now where if you're the other team, you need to consider, like, I don't know, we might give up some field position and just kick it out of bounds. Like, don't even kick to this guy.
I was surprised
like,
they kept kicking to him.
Yeah, right. He just showed you, and then they're like, let's try it again. And it's like, then he almost did it again.
Then they did it again.
Yeah. No,
Like,
they're
like,
the Panthers. They're the Panthers. I don't think the Bills are going to kick to him 5 times.
So I think that's a relevant piece to this game, and you guys can discuss all day long on a Patriots Monday. Pats win 42-13. They are back to 500. Massive game on Sunday Night Football in Buffalo against the Bills. We'll be talking about that all week long as well. It's 617-779-7937, your phone and text number. Interact, Twitter and Instagram at Jones and Keefe. You can watch and chat. Twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. Always a healthy chat on
is.
Twitch,
We're
which is back.
Back up and running.
You can do the same on YouTube. Just subscribe to WEEI.
He leads the league in punt return yards. He does.
I
He's
would
a stud.
I would
awesome.
say after yesterday, I would hope so. The special teams, Marcus Jones and his impact is the Pepsi Key Takeaway, brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the New England Patriots. Was yesterday, Keefe, about the Patriots, or was yesterday about the dog crap team on the other side, the Carolina Panthers?
No, I'm going to give the Patriots credit. I think we said how they needed this, but they, after a bad series for both the offense and the defense, they did respond. And I think in part they're going to have a good record because they play a lot of bad teams, but you still have to beat those bad teams, right? Like the Raiders aren't a great team, and they lost that game, and that was on them. I will give them credit for taking this Carolina team and just really second quarter on destroying them. And just like they played well. They played well on both sides of the ball. And it's not a one-off. It's not like Carolina is the only team with a bad coach and quarterback that you're going to see all year. Like, more than half their schedule is like this. So I guess in a Weasley way, I'm sort of answering it both ways. But, because that team is not very good. So you need to take advantage of their mistakes and the stuff that they can't do. We went in on Friday saying they got one rookie receiver who's pretty good, nobody else. They got Chuba Hubbard, who's fine. That's it. We always play the game on Friday. What one player would you want on the other team? We're like, I don't know.
It's a hard week.
J.C. Horn, I guess. Like, we didn't really want it. Like, nobody? Can we get 2 next week? Can we get 2 Bills? And
Can we save one? Yeah.
I don't
roll
want
it over.
I don't want it.
We'll treat it like Kraft treats the salary cap. Let's roll that over to next week. Yeah.
I'll take this roster. But, like, the league very much, it has this giant middle ground. Like, most of the league is in the middle, and at the end of the year could be separated by 2, 3, 4 wins. And so you have to win this game. But they did it after that slow start so impressively that I'll say this was them. They deserve all the credit for this.
Yeah,
one.
I mean, my only gripe yesterday was the crappy start.
That was it. Really,
and,
that's all you can.
You can't afford to do that against good teams. But here's the thing. I agree with you. I think this was more about the Patriots than about Carolina, who was, no matter how you want to spin it, a big factor. That is a bad team. I can't believe Nick picked them to go to the playoffs. That's embarrassing. That Nick had Carolina as a playoff team in our preseason
I
prediction.
should have picked the Chargers.
That is just a really embarrassing thing. That
Chargers
he did.
down bad. Chargers down bad today too.
Titans, The Titans stink too. I can't believe I picked them.
Yeah, bad picks. Just terrible picks by Nick.
That's right.
Pretty embarrassing.
Jones picked the Panthers and the Titans. Now there is something to be said about going bold.
1-7 right now, combined. Yeah, which is not looking so great.
No,
but look,
And the Titans head coach is trying to fight people after the press conference.
no, I think we need him fired. But to turn the Titans season around. But when it comes to the Panthers, they're a big factor yesterday.
Yeah.
There's no getting around it. But here's the thing: even if your answer is yesterday was about the trash Panthers and not about the Patriots, and it was just some long returns from the punt returner and a missed field goal that gave the Patriots a short field. Because I am a little cautious of the McDaniels mafia that's out there today. Like the people that are like, oh, Josh McDaniels is in his bag yesterday.
Yeah.
All the usual suspects on the Patriots beat. Like, who like Josh McDaniels and probably get information from Josh McDaniels. Like, I'm a little skeptical of the McDaniels mafia today. They had all short fields, and Marcus Jones was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I want to see how that develops against a team like Buffalo. But even if your answer is Carolina's terrible and come talk to me a week from now. Well, Keefe, I give the Patriots credit because Vegas is terrible, and they lost to them. Pittsburgh, I don't think is very good.
No, they got a good record, but
Miami isn't good, and the Patriots barely beat that team. So I didn't know they could even beat bad teams. So I'll give the Patriots credit for that. And if your answer is Carolina, the good news is the whole schedule is loaded with teams like Carolina.
Yeah.
New Orleans, Tennessee, who we were just talking about, Cleveland, Atlanta. You get the Jets a couple of times in there. The Giants, I know they won yesterday with Jackson Dart. Miami again. This is why in the preseason we were talking about the Patriots as a playoff team. There's so many of these games, and I think now we know the Patriots should be able to beat this caliber of team. I thought they could. The other opportunities they had, they didn't really do it. Now they did it. So I do think yesterday was more about the Patriots.
yeah, because I think the question going into the year was, would other teams like Carolina, Cleveland, New Orleans look at the Patriots and be like, hey, this is our week to win? Or would you say, no, that's another team that is a notch above them? Because there needs to be a separation there. Like, you might not be, Philadelphia or Buffalo. I would say Baltimore, but they're actually off to a terrible start. You have a better record than Baltimore. But you know what I mean? Like, those top kind of Super Bowl contending teams, can you be ahead of, like, the rest of the pack? And that's why I think this was such a massive game for Mike Vrabel. Like, this was significant. Because if they were 1-3, and if they had lost all these very winnable games so far to start the year, you're like, just give Gerard Mayo another season. Like, at that point, if you're 1-3 with this, like, you need to be able to turn it around, because you don't have a tough game until week 5. And then if you're, like, stumbling over yourself, you're not making any kind of corrections. This is a team going into the game with a million penalties, a million turnovers. You're like, all right, what are you doing? Like, are you making this team more professional or not? So they desperately needed it. The whole squad needed it, but I think Vrabel individually probably needed it the most.
Agreed. And I want to get to his what this says about him, and we questioned it going in, so I'll give him some credit coming out. But when it comes to the performance yesterday, it wasn't a close game. Like, this wasn't a final possession, close game, white knuckle, hang on to your hat sort of win over Carolina. Because then I might say, boy, that you barely beat this trash Panthers team.
Right.
You blew them out.
Oh, you smoked them.
And so it didn't start great, but whatever. You're allowed to have a bad start if you're going to put up 42 points and dominate going away. So that's why I give them credit for that yesterday, but perhaps you disagree. Who was it more about, the Panthers or the Patriots yesterday? And even if you answer the Panthers, the good news is there's a lot more easy teams on this schedule.